All right, everyone. Welcome to the Demand Gen Summit. My name is Billy Bateman, co-founder at Chat Funnels, and I'm here to get us started today. So we're going to get into it, and I'm just going to run you through a few items on how things are going to work, who we got speaking, what's up, and then share a little bit with you what's new from Chat Funnels as well. So let's get that going. All right. So Chat Funnels, we are the presenters today, and then we're awesome. We have these awesome sponsors, VIB and Demand Science. Glad to have them on board, helping us promote and put this event together. We couldn't have pulled it off without them. Really grateful to have them on our team. And then we've got over 33 speakers from 33 different companies, actually. So we've got WorkRamp, Tenbound, Domo, Vasion, LiveView Technologies, Calendly, G2, 6sense. We got Meta as well. Gabe Larson from Meta is going to be keynoting with Dave Elkington coming up right after me. I won't take too long so we can get to those guys. And we've got all of these awesome speakers: John Miller from DemandBase, Michelle McKinley from WorkRamp, Marion West from VIB, Chris Rack from Demand Science, Josh Fetty, McKay Allen, Gene Hopkins, Greg Bond, Robin from G2, Seema from 6sense. It should be really good. So how this is going to work is throughout the day, you'll have me, then we'll have our keynote. Right after the keynote, we're going to open up the first block of sessions. We've got 3 tracks, one for driving demand, one for engaging, and one for closing demand. With each track, we're going to release blocks over the next 3 hours. So you'll have 2 or 3 speakers for each track. Sessions are most of them between 15 to 20 minutes. And you can go through and watch them as you want. We do have a few live sessions throughout the day as well. Those will also be broadcast on LinkedIn Live. So if you're on LinkedIn or you know somebody who hasn't registered and you want them to see the event, you can go tag them. They can hop in. They can see what's going on as well. I know John Miller is doing a live session. David Delaney is also doing a live session later today. All right. And then we also have our award winners. With every one of these summits, we ask you guys to tell us who are the people that we should be paying attention to for different categories. So we have 4 categories. And here are the top 3 in each category based on votes that we got from the crowd. And I apologize ahead if I do mispronounce anyone's name. You can message me later. I'm really sorry about it if I do. But we're going to be sending out trophies. You should be getting those next week, and we're excited to have those. So for our thought leaders, we've got our top 3 here. So we got Sam Jacobs, Christopher Roche, and Rataja Dota. And those are our top 3 there. Then for Demand Gen and sales leaders, Deb Wolf, Stephanie Swinner, and Ryan Jump. And for our marketing ops, we have the one and only Daniel Murray, Benjamin Ard, and Daniel McKeever. And then for sales reps and sales development, Patrick Lorsch, Jacob Koss, and McKenna Delgado. So congratulations to you. Let's give them all a hand wherever you are at. And really excited for them. We'll be sending out your trophies next week, and you'll have those to show off. All right. So seeing as this is the Demand Gen Summit, I want to talk a little bit about the challenges that we're seeing in Demand Gen. We all know 2 years ago, the world changed with COVID-19, and things are getting back to be a little more how they were before, but they've changed, and some things are never going to be the same. One of the things that we've been seeing is even with the opening up of more physical events where we're able to get out and meet people face to face again, the trend on the budgets for marketing is more of it's just going into digital. 72% was the latest figure we saw that we're going into digital of the entire marketing budget. So if you're going after ads, if you're doing paid search, anything like that, your competition just got a lot fiercer. There's more dollars being spent there to get eyeballs for your products. Also, just more tools and channels as they're opportunities, but they're also a place just to get bogged down and start working on things that maybe don't work. for you. With every opportunity, it's a little bit of a double-edged sword there, and the cost per lead keeps increasing. The latest stats that we found was, depending on your industry, people are averaging between $21 and $39 for B2B leads. Those aren't sales qualified leads. Those are just marketing qualified leads. And that cost continues to go up. Part of that is new competitors, especially if you're in the technology space. There's more VC money being pumped into it over the last couple of years than ever before. And you've got more competitors. It's also easier to start a software company than it was even 5 years ago. And then the big one, I think, is buyers just have more information. We're at a disadvantage largely. If you're not getting in and using intent tools and tracking what people are doing, you're going to be at a major disadvantage because they've probably got 12 to 13 data points before even engaging with you about you and your competitors. So how do we maximize our chances at hitting our number? Well, at ChatFunnels, what we think the answer is something that the Boston Consulting Group has been championing for a few years now with Scott Rhodes and his team, but it's account-based engagement. We think if you're a B2B seller and you sell anything where it's more than just one or two people have to sign off on it, you really need to be looking at account-based engagement, which we think is the next step in account-based marketing. So what's different than account-based marketing? One of the things that we hear when we talk to marketers is they are all in on account-based marketing. And then when we ask them, well, how are the sales team doing it using the insights that you get? And the answers vary, but consistently we hear things like they're not getting it. They don't look at what we send them, or they should be using it, but they're not really, or they're kind of using it, is usually like about the best answer. Like they're kind of using it. And they're kind of on board, but we think you've got to have that alignment now. With the current market, things are getting fiercer and fiercer, and you've got to have that alignment between sales and marketing on how you engage with accounts throughout the entire customer life cycle, whether they're a new prospect that is brand new to you, or they're a current customer that's going through a renewal cycle. So this is our account-based engagement process. First step is segment. Then we identify who's on your website, append the data, and then personalize and engage with them. So we'll start here with segmenting. We think there are 5 major ways that most of us can segment. Everybody's got other things you're going to look at, whether that's integrations or technologies or other partners that they use. But to just boil it down for the basics with us, really think industry, location, employee count, revenue, and account type within your own CRM. How you view them as where they are in the customer life cycle is what you should be looking at to break them down. And the next step is you should really be making an ideal customer profile. If you don't know who your ideal customer is, how are you going to know how to tailor that message? I think a lot of us, especially early on, we're like, this is who we want to sell to. And that's great. We have to have that. But once you have some customers, even if it's just, 30 or 40 customers, you kind of know who that actually is. And you should be looking into your CRM data and pulling out the trends to say, okay, here's who we actually sell to based on who's bought our software. And create that ideal customer profile and make unique sequences and plays for them whenever anyone that matches this comes to your website, whether you've been targeting them or not. So this is an example of one. Software industry located in the United States, 100 to 500 employees, revenue between 10 and 100 million. And then in our CRM, it's either an unknown or a prospect. So then whenever anyone comes to your website, if you're not using a tool that helps you identify what companies are coming to your website, you should be. It's just that simple. If you don't, you're just flying blind if you don't know who's thinking about you so that you can react to that and react to it quickly. So identify those accounts and then put them into the segments that they belong into, whether that's your ideal customer profile, whether that's somebody in an open sales op, it's a current customer, it's somebody in a renewal, or somebody that's a target account that you've been spending your ABM dollars to go after and get engaged with. The next problem we have is when people come to the website, we all know the stats say over 90%, they're not going to do anything. They're just going to look. They're not going to fill out a form. They're not going to talk with your chatbot. They're just going to look, and then they're going to leave. And where they go next, who knows, but it could be to your competitor's website. You know who you sell to, so you should not be going and getting the contacts for that buying committee, for everyone you deal with whenever you sell your products or services. So if you're not using a Seamless AI, a Zoom Info, an Apollo, anything like that to go and get those contacts, you need to be. And then personalize and engage, whether that's using a demand base or something like that to change your website, retargeting with emails, chatbots, enrolling people into sales cadences, whether they raised their hand or not. I'm going to dig into these a little bit. So one of the things that we do and we recommend everyone does is alert your sales reps whenever one of their owned accounts that they're working is on the site. And that can be an email, text message, Slack, Teams, whatever works for you guys. And wherever your sales reps live, they need to know when their accounts are coming to the site and getting information. And then retargeting them with email. Like if somebody from that ICP segment comes, you need to go and get those contacts, whether they raise their hand or not, and start emailing them, just automatically doing that. And then enrolling them into sales cadences so that you can reach out if they're a higher intent and a higher value prospect, have the sales team start emailing, dialing, and LinkedIn. And then also while they're there on the site, like we think chatbots are a great way to personalize it. You can do it really quick, personalize it based on your industry, whichever segment you've created, and where they are in the customer life cycle. And and then get the conversation started and bring in your sales team or your marketing team, whoever's responsible for talking to prospects, and let them engage with you right away. Or people in trials, having your CS team get in there ASAP is going to go a long way towards your conversion rates. And we combine all that into a tailored customer journey. So why am I talking about this? Well, today we're rolling out our brand new Play Runner, which is the next evolution in account-based engagement. So with our Play Runner, you can create unique experiences for each segment of your prospects in the buying cycle and your current customers as they renew. Excuse me. So based on what they do on the website, you can do all of these things that I've just talked about. You can segment them, get those contacts, enroll them in emails, sales cadence, and make sure you guys are engaging your contacts. We've found as we've been rolling this out with customers, they're having a lot of success quickly engaging people and getting that conversation started before they've started that competition or the conversation with the competition. So here are our steps to success with account-based engagement if you're using chat funnels. First thing we do is we actually do the work for you on the ideal customer profile. Hook up Salesforce. We're going to look at your accounts and tell you based on who your customers are, who you should be targeting. Next, segment your accounts based on where they are in the customer life cycle, current customers, open opportunities, prospects, target accounts, and then unknown accounts based off industry, revenue range, all of that. Then use the Play Runner to engage each segment with a unique experience based on where they are in your customer life cycle, and let that pipeline grow and retention increase. So if you want to learn more about this, we've got the chat. Our sales team would love to talk to you. We are offering a 30-day trial for anyone that attended the event that gets started here within the next month of the Play Runner. So with that, I'm going to hand it off to who you really want to hear from, which is Dave Elkington, founder at InsideSales.com, and then Gabe Larson, head of marketing for the customer division at Meta, and they'll be starting momentarily.